you can't go anywhere in the world without seeing some powered access. There's 3 cherry pickers in Covent Garden. We just had something to eat in there now, and they're going to find our way back to where we're staying tonight. I wonder who lives there. Yeah. Ferrari there, and then there's a Rolls Royce. We've got 2 hours before our first meeting today, so we're going to go and have a look in the Science Museum. This is an old steam pump for lifting stuff out of mines, was it? Made by James Watt, and that's why we have a watt of power, isn't it? Because it was a way of measuring what things did. That's massive, isn't it? Steam engineer as well. Like a massive school party just got into space.
How many people work in agriculture? There were 17,000 men working in engineering in Manchester alone by 1845.
70, that's just in engineering.
Just in Manchester.
Do you think that's real? Mustn't it, I suppose? It's huge though, isn't it? This has all been streamlined by Musk and SpaceX, hasn't it? The boosters off rockets. Looks complicated, that, doesn't it?
It's a hydrogen engine, and here we are looking at green energy, and that was a hydrogen engine made in 1962.
And that's a Soviet rocket booster, isn't it? The rocket actually hung up in the roof as well. That fires up, doesn't it, and then lets a satellite out the top. This is where they filmed the lunar landings.
Do you believe it actually happened? One small step for farmers, one giant step for farming kind.
There's about 18,000 kids just turned up. That's clever, isn't it? Just suspended. See the shadows. Is it really on the moon or not? Is it carbon fibre or fiberglass or something? That's the pod that they kind of come back down from space in, and that's it landing.
Then they went to the chiropractor.
Yeah. We came to see the Stephenson's rocket, but it's now in York. But there's the Puffing Billy, which looks pretty similar. I don't know, was it that built at the same time? Or just after it? Don't know. Come a long way, transportation in 100 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Is it 100 years or 200? No, 1814. It's 200 years, isn't it?
On the back was shoveling Charlie, we were shoveling the coal in.
Yeah. The size of the wheel on that in the middle. That's how we ended up with wider rails, wasn't it? Because they wanted our railway lines wider. They had narrow gauge and wide gauge so that they could make the carriages more comfortable inside, because when the wheels used to be big and the wheels sat either side of the carriage rather than below them, like we see now on modern trains, we ended up with a different railway track width, I think. What's this anyway? This is the Grand Junction Railway locomotive. But we found a tractor. We found a tractor in London. It's a very old one. But it's got a prancing horse on the front, but it isn't a Ferrari. The simplest steering system you've ever seen. You think the slack in that would make it twitchy, but I suppose it won't go that quick on the road, will it? It's a bit awkward to get in, isn't it? You stand in the back and someone can stand behind you. Made in Kent. There's even planes hanging from the ceiling as well. Biplane, is it? Got a Foden diesel here. (1931). It's like the gym in a school, isn't it, that? Some stuff in here, really. What's that? Oh, an iron lung. That's if you get the bends from diving in it or whatever, you can put your nut and pressurise you. It's a model of... Oh, not the Titanic, something else. Child running away. Wow, another rocket. That's not a missile. A V2 rocket. They were big, weren't they then? To get Martin to stand next to it for scale. Missile age began when the first V2 fell on London on the 8th of September 1944. A ton of explosives. It's massive. Got other cars on a rack. Saabs, Volkswagens, Morris Minor, Citroen. Look at the size of that rocket. That was what they were bombing on London.
Is that a V2?
Yeah. I think it goes through the roof. It's huge, isn't it?
Probably came through the roof and just took it to them.
Yeah. Another plane there, what's that? First vertical takeoff aircraft. How did they even get these in here?
Vertical takeoff aircraft.
Yeah. How did they get it in here? Just read about it, and you got 4 tiny jet engines in the middle, which will make it take off upwards, and then a bigger one in the back to make it go forwards. So you can see from under here where they boost out the bottom. I didn't even know that even existed. That's a supercomputer from 1976 with 50 miles of wiring. And an Apple in 1976 for making that wooden computer. This is a replica of what we've sent to Mercury, the planet. And it's powered by these thrusters that the solar panels convert the make electric. And then it turns xenon gas, strips of its electrons, and then forms ions which are ejected out of the thruster, and it can thrust it along for months and weeks. That's crazy, just making thrust out of electric. And all that aluminium is stitched together with, I think, what did they say it's got inside it? It says on here somewhere. Grey blanket, hand stitch, made of 97 ceramic tiles and aluminium and plastic layers, because it's got to go deal with extreme heat from plus 400C to minus 190. But yeah, it's on its way to Mercury, made by Airbus. I think it took 18 years to develop. Again, it's massive. This taxi driver is making his own look, so he's a lyricist, and he's put that sign in his taxi. So if anyone ever gets in that does
hello,
that's in the music industry, find him on Instagram, and he's written loads of songs.
And they're not all about taxis.
Juna Taxi.
Yeah, Jonah
Vanessa,
Taxi.
Vanessa parody of it, yeah.
We're just looking for the next Vanessa parody.
What road are we on now?
This is Kensington.
Oh, there's Harrods there.
Knightsbridge, yeah.
Sonic blue Range Rover, that's pretty rare. Not just the gas fan across the road. What time is it now? About 3 o'clock. It's about 3. It doesn't matter. It was just generic. So I'm at Esther's office. She's got this amazing view over the river, and we met a few MPs yesterday and some today of all different colours. We've just had dinner in Portcullis House, and you've been doing lots as well in Parliament. So do you want to just say a little bit of what you've been doing to help us?
Yeah, I think farmers need to realise they've got a heck of a lot of support in the country. Lots of MPs, definitely the Conservative MPs. And I'm delighted now that supermarkets are coming out. You've got Morrison's, you've got Asda, you've got Tesco's coming forward. Right. That shows we all know we need farmers, because it's every day and we eat every day, and, sustainability of food is important. But more important, and I keep saying this, and I said this in the last debate, the changes Labour are bringing through, it's also like state theft of people's land.
It's a land grab, isn't it?
It totally is. They're increasing the taxation, but we need farmers. We need the food, we need what they do, we need how they protect the countryside. So you have got strong support in me and lots we're doing, whether it's debates, whether it's meeting with farmers, whether it's just knocking on Labour's door and saying you've made a massive mistake, Labour, reverse what you're doing. Even their accountants, their tax expert, Dan Needle says, Labour, you've made a mistake.
Yeah, so we're here again, pushing on, trying to make sure that we're listened to. And we had some meetings yesterday that were Martin's obviously sat here. that were very, very interesting. I do feel it's going to be a longer fight than we first thought. That's the only thing. Not that they're not listening, it's just the timelines are a lot. Well, farming can react like that. When it rains, we just change jobs. But it doesn't work like that in Parliament. But thanks, Esther, anyway, because she's hosted us today for our dinner in this lovely building, in this lovely office. So we just thought, say hello. She can also drive a combine. She drove a Lexion 770 about 6 or 7 years ago. So there's a video somewhere.
And I was offered a Saturday job, or if you couldn't find somebody,
we have a field called Esther's Field now because she drove the combine in it. So there we go. Because it used to be called By Ken's, but Ken died, so we renamed it.
Yeah, so happy ending. Happy ending.
But yeah, we're here now anyway. So we've got another guy to meet later on from a different colour actually. So yeah.
Well, he just needs to do something. Because you might have some Labour supporters there, but they need to find the courage of their conviction and start lobbying their own government.
Well, actions speak louder than words, and the warm words seem to be, patronising at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah, warm words as warm as the Scotch egg that we've just had, so we'll see what happens. But in the red corner in a minute, in the blue corner we are today.
Yeah. Anyway, little update. See you in a bit.
See you later.
Martin's got a lady's tie on.
Yeah, I know. I found a scarf somewhere in London, which I'm now wearing for somebody else. But we're standing outside the Queen Elizabeth Centre in Westminster. We're a month, I think, before the NFU conference, which is going to be held here. If you want to get your tickets, look on the NFU website. Roll up.
There you go, look. Queen Elizabeth Centre.
It's right by Westminster, so sorry about the shaky camera work. That's Ollie's work. He's pretty amateur at this. But if you want to get your tickets for the NFU conference to come along and listen to what's going on in agriculture, this is where you'll be on the, I think it's the 25th of February?
I can't remember.
I think it's the 25th of February.
Oh, and Farmers Weekly doing an event the night before as well.
Yeah, Farmers Weekly event night before. So come on down, get your tickets. This is where you'll be.
And I'm trying not to trip over the cobbles.
We're trying not to wander across the pavement.
Just catching up now on Twitter on all the other supermarkets that have now joined forces with us. I think the banks are the next thing that we need on board. So if you're a bank and you're watching, get in touch. Today's video has probably been a bit boring, so we're really sorry for that. We've got the birthdays on Martin's phone.
So in the middle of a street in the middle of London.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Martin Scope, is it?
Scope, yeah.
Big Tracks fan.
Pronounced Shep, actually.
Shep, there we go.
That's today. Happy birthday, Richard Casey, you're 16 today. Happy birthday, Richard. You can have a tractor test now. Happy birthday, Malcolm, you're 66.
Andrew Jefferson, 62, happy birthday.
And Dial Gorman, you're 7. Well done, being 7. And you'll be 8 in a minute.
And Imogen Edwards, happy 17th birthday. And of course, last but not least,
Tony Hall. We haven't found him in London, but apparently he's driving a road sweeper. But we'll look out for him later on tonight. Take care.
Happy birthday, Tony. If you made it this far, thank you. Because I know it's not been the most interesting of videos, but that's just my world at the moment, sorting this stuff out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.